Hi everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about time management. I've decided to sort of go through every day giving you a tip on time management. So today is number one tip for time management. And don't you just wish you could do more in the day and manage your time better? I think that there's something incredibly powerful about changing the way we do things and the way that we live our lives so that we can fit everything in. Yeah. Do you feel like you're sort of just going through the motions of waking up, and especially now that we're in lockdown, is you're waking up and it's a different way of living, isn't it? We get up, we do our usual routines and have a cup of tea and then go and respond to our texts or messages or emails, and one task goes on to the next, to the next, to the next. Yeah. And in fact, it's like we're in this reaction mode of, most of the time of reacting to the events that are coming up, and whatever's presented to us on the day, particularly in lockdown, but, every day, and who's behaving, to what, and how are we behaving and responding back to that. The truth is, if you continue along this path of just, responding and just going through these motions and not being really, you're being blasé about it, you kind of, it's not really sparking you, yeah? You'll find yourself doing less and less. You'll find yourself getting less and less motivated, and what's important to you is actually building your business and moving on with your business. Yeah, moving on with the things that you want to do in your lives. So it's how you can change that. With a few simple techniques. How does that sound? Does that float your boat today? So I'm going to go through one technique today, all right? And I've got about 7 or so, I think. I might add to them as the days go by, but I thought I'd do one every single day, and then my later life can be on something else too. So technique 1 for sort of getting your head around how you can better manage your time. And the first one is all about circadian rhythms. Yeah, have you heard about your circadian rhythm? So in the 24 hours that we've got, we have a biological clock going on, a biological cycle of how our body responds differently physically and mentally to the day. Yeah, there's certain times of day we change and how we respond to that. So it's getting really to know about how you work and what parts of the day you are productive with certain tasks. Yeah, because there's some parts of the day where you'll be more mentally alert. Yeah, where you're basically, scientists say, is that your brain is on peak performance. Yeah, and often they say it's 2 to 4 hours from when you wake up. Yeah, does that ring true to you? It doesn't ring true to me, but that's okay. I mean, that scientists are actually saying, and I'm just saying to be aware of this, is that some people are really mentally alert, in the first 2 to 4 hours of waking up. So, if your peak time to actually do problem solving or learning really complex stuff, or challenging, concepts or things that you feel that you're challenged with, then use that time. Yeah, so that time when you're really highly mentally alert, and when that time is. My time isn't 2 to 4 hours after waking up. Mine's a different time. But if it is, and that's what scientists are saying, use that time. Focus on those tasks that need you to problem solve, need you to focus, need you to really use your mind sort of in that over time period. Yeah. Okay. And what scientists are basically saying, in the afternoons are optimal times for collaborating and kind of your physical performance activities. So your kind of brainstorming activities or scheduling appointments, checking up on all your emails and stuff like that. The working together type things when you contact people, and also the physical strength stuff. So if your job involves the physical components, then put that in in those times when you feel that you are more physically active, you want to do more physical activity, or kind of hands-on deck time. Yeah, that's what saying. So there are times. So more scientists are saying mornings are kind of your cognitive, your mental. Afternoons are really kind of collaborating with other people, brainstorming ideas, that type of thing, group projects, getting really physical, getting down to the task and doing the physical stuff, or physical activity. So if that means that's when you do your exercise, that's when you do your exercise, yeah? Or if there's another time of day, my time of day, the physical stuff is actually in the morning. So when I want to get my body going, I do my physical activity in the morning, sometimes, kind of around about lunchtime too. So everybody's different, but I want you to get is really in tune with your own body, because my clock is slightly different at the moment, and it does change. And the evening times as well, scientists are basically saying that the evening times are the ideal time to actually start using your brain to think strategically. So the end of the day, you can become more creative. Yeah, it's the time where you maybe can sit down and plan, and set your goals, and look at what you've done, and then look at what the next step is, if so to speak. Okay, so it's or even those times where you want to get creative in other things like drawing, writing, copywriting, doing those aspects. Some people, the creative aspect is the musician side of them, or painting, those types of things. So those where you're using the brain slightly different strategically, and enabling you to sort of set your goals in terms of your business, but also if you've got that creative element that you kind of need to get down and do the creative side of things, your copywriting, your storytelling, those types of things, the evenings, that's what they're saying to do. Let's go over that again. So this is according to scientists, okay, because my body is slightly different, but I've got to know my body, and my body does change, and it does change depending on the work that I need to get done. So I found in lockdown that because my Airbnb is shut down, what I usually do is I usually go out straight away, walk the dog, come back, have my breakfast, and then get straight on it and change all the rooms. Yeah. And then I get down to looking at, the kind of the physical aspects of, who's coming in next. All right. And then I go on to the rest of the day in terms of my business, my online business. Yeah. But now that I don't have the Airbnb open because of lockdown, and I've shifted my work around, because predominantly my clients are in America. So my target audience is in America mainly. Yeah, I've got a lot, Europeans and British people too, but their time zones are different. So I need to be able to be online when they're online, and that means that from 2 in the afternoon all the way through to 2 in the morning, I've got my body clock is shifted to that. So I go to bed at 2 a.m. Yeah. So where I'm more active is slightly different to that person that's getting up quite early in the morning at 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Yeah, I've shifted along slightly more in that way. But we need to just be aware of how our personal body works. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to get across today. So that's technique 1 today. That's going over time management, and it's looking at the different times in the day when you're functioning differently and using that according to your body rhythms. Okay, so go away and have a look at that, and make sure that whenever that time for you is that strategic planning, goal setting time, you sit down and have a look at this and ensure that you are actually doing the tasks when you are physically and mentally have that better advantage to use that for yourself, to make better use of that, and get yourself into habits. And that's what it is at the end of the day. When you take hold of this incredible power and change your habits to suit what your body needs, then you'll be no longer sort of kicking yourself and getting bored and motivated, because you'll be using your brain and your body in the right way, when you're most you're most productive in terms of your biological side of things. All right, hope that's been helpful. I shall see you again a bit later on, slightly different later on, my live is, but I'm going to be going through each day another tip about time management. There's about 7, so this is just one today. I hope you found that useful. Let me know when you're coming in and if you're on the replay, and if you found that useful. And what's your what do you do? What time of day do you do? Let me know. All right, take care now. See you later. Bye.